Welcome, good morning. Welcome to Sacred You. I'm Reverend Patricia Caginello. We're with Anrita Melchizedek from the Melchizedek and Pleiadian Light Network. And today we're going to be talking about Starseeds and Earthseeds and what star councils are and which ones are working with us. And we're so excited because Anrita has a really awesome course called the Star Councils and the Christ and Light Transmissions, which starts this coming Monday through Sacred You. It's part of our Greater Masterclass. So we're going to get into all of that and more. Type your questions in the feed. Anrita's going to be taking live readings. And welcome, Anrita Melchizedek, to our Sacred You broadcast.
Thank you, Patricia. It's so wonderful to be with you here on Facebook Live. This is the first time I'm doing the Facebook side videos, and I can see some wonderful people joining us, some familiar names. So thank you all for joining us. It's lovely to be here.
Yeah, we are thrilled. We're thrilled. I want to say welcome to everyone that's with us, and I want to ask you to stay to the end of the broadcast because we're also going to be sharing a special coupon code that you can use for Anrita's course. Okay, so Anrita, first of all, thank you so much for joining us for our masterclass, Communicating with the Company of Heaven. We have a 4-week course coming up, and your Star Council and Christ Light Transmission course is week 1 of our 4-week course, and I'm really excited that you're here.
Thank you. Should I be telling a little bit about the course, Patricia? I didn't quite get that question at the end.
Yeah. So, let's just do this. Let's do this. So, let's talk a little bit about the course to start, and then we're going to talk about what are information from the Star Council, and then we'll go into our readings. But share a little bit. You put together a wonderful course called the Star Councils and Christ and Light Transmissions, and share with our listeners or viewers what your course is about and what they can hope to achieve when they take it.
Well, essentially, it's activating what we call the petals of the Christ at heart. And there's 12 beautiful petals of our Christ at heart. It's the healing heart, the innocent and open heart, the powerful heart, the loving heart. And all these are just aspects of our beautiful innocent selves, of our divinity. And the Star Councils are actually just assisting us as we walk this path of divine love, to come deeper into self-love, to come deeper into loving one another, as these beautiful, sacred, transfiguring flames of divine love. So in the work that I've been doing over many years, I've been working with some beautiful, incredible, illumined beings, including the Star Councils, or Christed extraterrestrials, as I call them, the archangels, the mighty Elohim, the ascended masters, the sisterhood of the rose, just all these beautiful beings as they come through, and in that moment of divine inspiration, deepening into that connection. And the Star Councils, came through, starting with those councils most familiar to me, those Christed extraterrestrial councils that I work with, which is the Pleiadian emissaries, the Syrian Archangelic League, the Andromedans, the Arcturians. Those Star Councils are the most familiar that I've worked with for many, many years. And what they suggested is that they would like them to call upon part of these Star Councils from a galactic level that are actually overlighting us at this time. So then within this mix, we started to have the Venetians, the Antarians, the Maldekians, the Melchizedians, although they're not actually Star Councils, they're more intergalactic Star Council. But these beautiful core groups all came together and brought through particular what we call star key code signatures, activating particular star key codes within the original divine ASL blueprint and deepening that connection into our own Christed hearts. So this program has really come into being through particular frequencies that have been activated through the Star Councils, through colors, through sacred geometry, through particular qualities, sonic frequencies, chambers of light, and through that, just this co-creation has been brought into place, what we call the Star Council's Christ at Heart teachings.
It's such a phenomenal body of work, and it is so important. I think at this time, even more than any, for us to be able to really tune in or tap into to the information and the guidance and the support that's available to us, and the beings that come through you and the transmissions that come through you are so powerful and so enlightening, for those of us who are on our path, for that support. So your course starts on Monday. It's a 5-day course, and there's a live 1-hour teleconference with you for the group, and you're available through the whole week through the student discussion forum. And then the rest of the information is self-paced multimedia material, so people can work through it on their own pace. They can download it, keep it forever. So it's a beautiful blend of what I think is the best of both worlds. There's the self-paced materials, and then there's the access to you as a teacher, both through the discussion forum and in the live teleconference. So all of that for 5 days is a wonderful, it's just a wonderful opportunity. And it's part of, people can join the course, just your course, and they can also join the Communicate with the Company of Heaven Masterclass, which is one of 4 weeks. The other weeks are Sacred Robes and the Grand Council, the Energy of the Bosnian Pyramids, and then there's a bonus week with information from all the instructors. So I encourage everyone to check that out and stay tuned, because we're going to be having a special coupon code at the end. But let's talk about the Star Councils now. So the Star Councils, and we're going to take questions from our listeners. If you want to have a reading with Anrita, a mini reading with Anrita, just type in the queue and I'll be reading them out. But before we start, we said we were going to have you explain the difference between when people use the terms Starseed, Earthseed, and Lightworker. Can you share with us what the differences are?
Well, Starseeds really are those that have a deep connection to, I'd say, the different star councils. So there's many of us that actually come through as Pleiadian starseeds or Sirian starseeds, Arcturian starseeds, Venetian starseeds, whatever it may be. And my understanding from the Company of Heaven is that 33% of our soul consciousness remains within the cosmic heart of Mother, Father, God through the overlighting of our beloved I Am Presence. And for many of us then that have traveled into different planets and stars, 33% of our consciousness will be there. So when we connect through our multidimensional selves, we're connecting to our Pleiadian multidimensional self, or our Sirian multidimensional self, or Arcturian and Andromedan, these core groups that are very familiar to us and have a particular resonance with us. And then we get those that and then 33% of our soul consciousness embodies on this sacred earth with us. But that's a little bit different from what I call the Earthseeds. The Earthseeds actually have their homes on the sacred earth. So they were actually, their soul consciousness has embodied over eons of time upon the sacred earth and through all the golden ages of light. So the most resonance that they have is probably a little bit broader than just that deepening connection to the star councils. They would also work with so many of these illumined beings, the Company of Heaven, as we call it. They might have more of a resonance possibly with just the angels or the archangels, or with the Sisterhood of the Rose, or with the mighty Elohim. They're working, and we're all light workers. I call us all light workers, whether we're starseeds, earthseeds, way showers, facilitators, we're actually all light workers. The term light worker is every single soul in consciousness that awakens to serve Mother Earth and all her life. Well, awakens to serve all life. But when we inform here, we talk about serving Mother Earth, we talk about serving the lower dimensions as we walk this path of love. So just give a sense of why some of us are attracted or drawn to particular teachings or particular energies a little bit more than others, because there's more of a resonance or more of a familiarity. But we all these beautiful, sacred, transfiguring flames of divine love. We're all these beautiful multidimensional humans, and we're all walking this path of love.
So I smile a lot when I'm talking with you, because it just gets me so excited, because the energy from the beings, because the beauty of their energy, I feel, just comes shining right through, just through mentioning even their names. We could probably have a whole conversation on what beautiful names they have and, where their names came from. And what's really just so heartening is that many of them are here today, and you'll be sharing which Star Councils or Star Council is working with different people today. You're going to be giving readings as just a fun, beautiful service that you'll be doing. So to show how that kind of works, and so people can ask the questions, they can type in the queue that they would like to have a reading. And if you have a specific question for Anrita that's maybe a little bit, about what she just spoke about or something about the Star Councils, you can ask your questions too. But if you'd like a reading, you can do a reading. But so Anrita, so people could see what they would be asking for, could you share with me if there's a specific Star Council or beings that are working with me, and if there's a message they would like me to know?
Absolutely, Patricia. But is there something a little bit more specific? Because, that would be quite nice if you can work with it. Because apart from the overlighting of the Star Councils, remember the other aspect of this is we're working with the petals of the Christed Heart. So we will be working from both those particular aspects. So if I can have a deeper sense possibly of any question that may come to mind, then I can actually just tune it into the particular Star Council that's coming forward and the petal of the Christed Heart that you are working with or activating or integrating or experiencing a deeper sense of within your own magnificence and light.
Okay, perfect. See, this is why we do me as an example first, right? So that everyone else can be ready with the right question. Can you remind us of the petals again, so people also know that if they're to be able to ask the questions in that way?
Well, really, it doesn't matter how we actually work the readings, but as I was explaining, the Star Councils are stepping forward and assisting through these petals of the Christed Heart. So the Maldekian Star Council, for example, is stepping forward and assisting us with the petal of our healing heart. And they work a lot with soul retrieval, soul fragmentation, the karmic timelines. The Orion Star Council, for example, is assisting us to deepen into our peaceful heart. So to bring through this, the beauty, the peace, the creativity, as they activate these star key codes through our original divine A-cell blueprint. For example, the Venetian Star Council is taking us deeper into the trusting heart as they activate the codes of trust and appreciation and surrender. So those are just examples. And what I've done is I've just quite simply created a number system of 1 to 12. And just for this little simple, these small readings that we're going to be doing together, I'm going to just choose a number from 1 to 12. And then based on that, that's the particular Star Council that I will connect you to. So any type of question is quite appropriate, whether it's, sort of who's the Star Council working with me right now, or this is, I'm moving deeper into my service work, or I'd like to have an understanding of this or that situation, or whatever it may be. And we can do a mini activation and bring in the colors and those star key codes for each individual. And of course, I will interpret it myself a little bit too.
Okay, so then let's do this. So thank you so much for that explanation. Everyone should be ready and type your questions in the queue, because we're going to go to as many as we can. For me, myself, my question would be then, which Star Council is working with me and through Sacred You? Because Sacred You, as you know, is really just a relatively new online learning division. We're so excited about it, and we have so much planned for it. And so my question would be relating to the direction or, what we're doing with Sacred You, if they have any information.
Okay.
I always get so excited.
Yeah, so what I've actually got, interestingly enough, is the Pleiadian Star Council that has come through. And they're surrounding you now in this beautiful silver flame of light. And really what it is about passion and joy. So they're saying to you, for Sacred You and for yourself, this really is a time to just deepen into the passionate, loving, joyful aspects without overthinking things or without moving too much into the future. Just be in this moment, be in this sense of appreciation of each now and what you're creating and birthing, knowing that it's certainly a co-creation, and you can call upon the Pleiadian emissaries of the light to actually assist you to deepen into this passion and joy and service work and beautiful, co-creation that you are putting together with your team. And what they're doing now is that they're coming forward and they're placing you in what we call the Star Key Code Chamber of Light, this multi-dimensional, multicolored laser light grid that activates around the body and energy field, and they just, within this, activating through the original divine A-cell blueprint, the codes of sacred sexuality, passion, and joy, allowing you to breathe love into each subatomic particle of your beingness and to celebrate yourself, knowing how much you are celebrated, appreciated, and deeply loved.
Well, I just want to say thank you. And I may have to rethink me going first because I get so emotional, like I could just cry at this moment. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's share some of that love with our viewers. And so let's go to Karina. Mansu says, please, I would like to find out more about my galactic origin and my current mission here on Earth. Thank you, Karina Mansu. Yay, Karina.
Okay, actually, here we've got coming forward here is the Alpha Centaurian Star Council, and they're wrapping you, Karina, in this beautiful magenta and violet flame of light. So this really is, the star key codes that they are bringing through are those of unity, consciousness, and manifestation. So it's interesting that you're talking about, you know, deepening into your service work and how you can actually manifest this at deeper levels of your beingness. So you're drawing upon the New Earth templates, you're drawing upon the manifestation codes through the geometries and numerologies and sacred geometries. So just deepen into that now as you are placed in this multi-dimensional light chamber, taking into deeper levels of wholeness and unity within yourself, releasing the lesser than and better than consciousness, and knowing that you are one with Mother, Father, God, you are one with your emotions, and you are one with all life. And so it is. In Kosono Koakina Siaia, in Kayino Koa. And that actually is activating too through the overflowing, prosperous, and passionate heart. So the key word here is overflowing prosperous heart to deep into the receiving of that abundance from the universe.
Paula Lockwood also would like to have a reading. Paula says, I'd like to know which star council I am affiliated with and how I can best serve.
All right. So the council that's coming through for you right now, Paula, is the Venetian Star Council, and they're wrapping you now in this beautiful pink and purple flame of light. And as you know, the Venetian energy is just really so much about love. So it's also about appreciation of each now moment. It's about a deeper level of trusting and surrendering to the divine, trusting and surrendering to life. And they're now bringing in this beautiful multi-dimensional, multicolored pink and purple chamber of light around your body and energy fields, taking you deep into the sweetness of life and deep into the appreciation of yourself and others. And what I pick up there too, this is really so much about the trusting heart, but it's also for you just a little bit about just grounding and centering and going slowly, just finding not only that level of appreciation in each now moment, but just go slowly about your day. You know, tuning into your body, tuning into what works well for you, tuning into your heart's dreaming and your heart's joy as you walk this path of love.
And viewers, if you're getting a reading, we'd love for you to type into the queue and let us know how that resonated with you. Also, and any messages or shout outs back to Anrita and the Star Councils, we love our shout outs. Benaz Kazma says, I would love to know about my Star Council. Would you please also let me know if I am an indigo, as I've always felt to be? If you can answer that.
Well, I think when we feel that, it's very definitely, you know, part of that connection again to the awakened aspects of our own consciousness that come through in the multidimensional awareness or the multidimensional human aspects of ourselves. I call us multidimensional humans because we just come through with deeper levels of our own extrasensory perception gifts activated. And I pick that up here, you know, just deepening into intuition, deepening into telepathy, deepening into just bringing through a greater sense of your own gifts, but mostly into a deeper sense of authenticity. And the Star Council that's actually coming forward is the Orion Star Council. And they're surrounding you in this beautiful platinum flame of love. And this really is it's about peace and creativity. So it's finding that perfect balance in your own life, letting go of or rather embracing the aspects, the subpersonality aspects that are still coming up, that are stepping into the stress and the worry, and just coming deeper into peace and into harmony and also into beauty. As they place you now in this beautiful multi-dimensional platinum light chamber, activating around your body and energy field, and activating the key codes of harmony, peace, and creativity through the original divine Ace blueprint, and in particular through the peaceful heart.
I think it's really important to mention that I just want to say such deep gratitude to all of the people that are with us, now, and those that are also on their path, because these beautiful beings and star councils are here in support, but we have to be able to ask for their support. We have to be able to show up and have the courage to be on the path, to be of service. And so I just think a huge shout out to everyone that is with us now, and everyone that is awakening aware of their spiritual journey and has the courage to say yes to it. I just think that's so important. Anrita, would you agree? These beings are amazing, but we're also amazing. We're embodied beings, and we're pretty amazing for saying yes also.
Absolutely, in every single way, Patricia. In the initial stages, I find it's just so useful to, know that we have the support from what I call the company of heaven, whether it's the star councils, our beloved I Am Presence, because of course these are just higher aspects of ourselves, higher aspects, more awakened aspects within that field of unity anyway. So just drawing upon the resonance of our wiser brothers and sisters is what we're doing at this time. They've already created that map. They've already achieved self-enlightenment, as we have in different timelines. It's just moving back into that self-mastery in this timeline, and through being the custodian to the physical body, because our body is our temple of light, and it's actually realizing that we are the master guide to this beautiful body. And that's then also the releasing of the cellular memories as the chakras start to unify in one column of light, as the crystalline structure anchors into the physical body, as the subatomic particles start to spin in these increased light frequencies of crystalline consciousness or Christ consciousness. It's all just part of this grand plan that we are moving deeper into self-mastery. And it's occurring, from a collective consciousness perspective, as we're deepening into our own magnificence and light more than anything else. But the point I think that you're also making is one of authenticity, having the courage to stand up and be who you are. I think in that initial stage of our journey, what really happens with a lot of us is that, we kind of not only a little bit shy, but we tend to be uncertain what to say around other people. Not only do you feel sometimes a little bit alone or isolated or alienated, and I often say, I chuckle, often we are aliens. But as we deepen into that as well, it's kind of like we still have that perception at an initial stage when we centering and grounding ourselves more deeply into the body and the knowing of our magnificence and the knowing of our incredible gifts. We're not really in that power yet. We're not really in the wisdom of the knowing of what we have and what we hold and what we can share. So our opinions are either swayed by others, or we don't really step into our authentic selves and use the expression of our own authentic voices, because we don't want to come from that place of being perceived as different or being perceived as the outsider. But more and more and more and more of us are just waking up now. So it's just coming from our loving, beautiful hearts that we are creating and affecting change, and through our own energy, and of course, through so many of those things of discernment, empowerment, love, but most importantly, just recognizing our own unique magnificence, incomparable and immeasurable to others. And that's where we're drawing from in this field of collective consciousness, in this field of unity.
You know, it's so beautiful, and it's just so wonderful, and it's wonderful that we can come together like this, and we can kind of, you know, people talk about find their tribe, right? We can find each other. I feel that that's really happening. That there's this beautiful reconnection across the collective of people being connected and meeting each other, and through forums such as this and many others. And so, I want to just again mention just how important it is not only that we stand in our own power, but that we're also on our journey, that we are opening up to the support and the guidance from the beautiful beings that are here also to help us, and the beings that work through you, Anrita, and that you share. So the course that you start on Monday is called the Star Councils and the Christ and Light Transmissions. Guys, it's at Sacred You. I'm going to put the link up, and I have a special coupon for you too. It's at Sacred You, learn.sacredstoriesmedia.com. I'll put the link. And remember, you can join Anrita in her one class, which is going to be off the charts amazing, and there's self-paced multimedia material, plus a 1-hour live teleconference with Anrita. Plus, you can ask Anrita questions throughout the student discussion forum throughout the week. She'll be on there being of support. All of that for the 1 week, and you can also choose to join the larger masterclass called Communicating with the Company of Heaven, which the first week is Anrita Melchizedek, this beautiful being here, the Star Council Christ and Light Transmissions. Week 2 is the Sacred Robes and the Grand Council. That's with Megan Wagner and Diane Wilcoxon. Week 3 is the Energy of the Bosnian Pyramids. If you've never been involved with pyramid energy, you're in for a real treat with Esther Barque. And then week 4 is the bonus week that you only get in a masterclass. You can join us for Anrita's 1 week, the Star Council, or the entire Communicating with the Company of Heaven masterclass. And the special coupon code that you can use for being our guest on Facebook Live is SU, S is in Sacred, U, 17, SU17, and you can take 10% off either the one course or the masterclass. It's a phenomenal deal. Anrita, I can't wait to get started on Monday. I'm so excited for the work and the experience and the transmissions that the Star Council will be sharing. You and the Star Councils will be sharing with us.
Thank you, Patricia. You know, I'm certainly looking forward to it too, and I feel it's actually so lovely that it's a co-creation as well, not only with all these illumined beings, but certainly with yourself and other facilitators, because it really just, you know, brings more to the table and expands our own consciousness and knowings and understandings. And it certainly sounds really quite lovely. Love the pyramid energies. Work a lot with the etheric pyramids, so it really would be nice to hear a little bit more about the Bosnian pyramids. And those cloaks of light just sound so incredible. When you're talking about it, I'm just getting all these multicolored visions, these multicolored cloaks, and what they bring and what they mean, and you know how we can wear them, use them, all the qualities that go with it. So I certainly feel it's a lot's been offered, and really a wonderful opportunity to be coming together and sharing in this beautiful energy of love and co-creation. So thank you so very much.
Yeah, you're welcome, and absolutely, Anrita, you said it so perfectly. The masterclass really is an incredible co-creation of multiple energies and beings coming together. So, and it's interesting because even today you talked about specific star beings or councils working with each of us, but it really is the larger collective. We're really all in this together, right? And so it is that co-creation with each other that is really where the magic is. So we're going to get started on Monday, September 4th. You can sign up then or anytime throughout the whole month. The materials will be available. You just want to, if you want to sign up for Anrita's class, you definitely want to make sure you sign up and catch her live teleconference so you can have more time with Anrita, full 1 hour. So thank you, Anrita Melchizedek, for our Facebook Live today. I encourage everyone to check out the Communicating with the Company of Heaven Masterclass and Anrita's Star Council and Christ of Light Transmissions at Sacred You. Post the link. Special coupon code SU17, take 10% off. Everyone have an amazing day, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us.
Namaste.